Hey, Owls, and welcome back to another episode of Hoot and Holler, your go-to podcast for everything Florida Atlantic. I'm Amari.
And I'm Oriana.
And we're your hosts for today's episode, which is What I Wish I Knew as a Freshman. We've all had those if I had known this sooner moments, and we're going to dive in deep and help you through your first year here at Florida Atlantic.
That's right. So whether it's academics, social life, or just navigating campus, we're here to give you the inside scoop. And to help us today with this great conversation, we have some amazing guests. We have our orientation leaders, Nancy and Dasan.
Hello, everybody. So I'm Dasan. I'm an electrical engineering major, and I'm from Japan.
Hi guys, my name is Nancy Mezzaluna, and I'm a freshman, and I'm majoring in marketing.
Cool. All right, let's start with a big one. Looking back, what's one thing you wish you knew before starting college?
One thing I wish I knew was to talk to your professor. Honestly, I would say ask the most simplest question that you can find in the syllabus, and on that first day of school, first day of class, ask your professor that and get to know and get to interact with your professor, because that's a really good pointer for the future in class.
I kind of wish that I knew that I didn't really have to raise my hand. I kind of just could just say whatever I want or answer questions or something like that. That's led to a lot of awkward moments in class.
Okay. So making that transition from high school to college can be really tough. What was the biggest academic challenge that you faced coming in as a freshman?
I think that the biggest academic challenge for me was moving from the structured organization, you have classroom this point to this point all day for high school, to the more freedom that you get while in college. So you have some downtime in between your classes, and with that time you can do whatever you want, but you should be doing your work. But I remember when I first came here, I spent a lot of time just having fun when I needed to do some work.
I would also say the same thing, actually preparing and balancing academic and your personal life going on. Because even though college is supposed to be fun, I feel like academic should go first. And then when you have time, go out, have fun, and enjoy life.
Yeah, work before play, as my father always said.
That's a good one.
Speaking of academics, time management is key. How did you figure out how to balance classes, studying, and then your social lives?
I would say I plan accordingly. I made sure on specific days I have certain classes on that day early in the morning, so that in the afternoon, when around after 10 to 1, that's when I'm hitting a few spots here at campus and studying, focus on and work. And then afterwards, I'm free for the rest of the day after 2.
So for me, time management was a big struggle, and I kind of just waded through all the work and stuff like that, doing work whenever I needed to. But a thing that would have made it smoother definitely would have been a planner, or my personal favorite is a really giant calendar that you put over a place that you constantly look at every day. For me, it was my TV and my PlayStation. I put my calendar right up there, because every single day I'm looking at it thinking should I play video games or should I watch TV, watch a show or two? But then I look up at the calendar now and I see that, I have this essay I need to write, or I have this assignment that's due tomorrow that I should probably do today, so I'm not rushing. That's one thing that I learned that you guys should probably do as well.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Florida Atlantic has so many academic resources, but a lot of students don't take advantage of them really. So especially that early on at FAU, were there any hidden gems like tutoring, study groups, or office hours that you discovered later that you wish you had discovered or used sooner?
I would say for me was the writing center, and it was a big help for me, especially my fall year when I started writing too. And obviously it's more more of like a research base, and I was like struggling through that time. So I like went and made an appointment and like actually talked to good people who actually helped me brainstorm, actually like narrow down what can I take away, what can I put, and it actually like gave me a good grade for my final.
Yeah, like just finding out where like that study center is, where like all like the tutoring happens, that was a big help for me too, especially with this new semester. Like I've definitely had to go to tutoring a couple of times to get help with like my classes and stuff. But once you like figure it out and like figure out that you need help and all that and just go to the tutoring, you'll realize how valuable a resource it is when you actually go there, and they provide like really good information that can help you succeed in your class.
Nice. All right. Let's switch gears and talk about the social side of college. What's one thing you did, or maybe you wish you did, to make friends when you were a freshman?
So when I first came here, I almost did everything that I could to make friends. Like I joined an intramural, or I was a captain of an intramural flag football team. So I met a lot of people through there, and like a lot of my friends joined, and we went against some really cool teams that I got some friends out of that too. When I came here, like I was just as social as possible. I went to like all the on-campus events that happened. That's another good way to make friends, because you just like do random activities together and you guys just suddenly become friends and all that. And another thing I did is in like the community lounges for like people where they have like giant whiteboards for the residence halls. I wrote down like my room number, and then I wrote down a message to everybody like saying like, hey, like I'm in room 627, like come say hi to me and we can chat, and I have some food if you want as well. So I made a lot of friends through that, because food definitely brings a lot of people together.
It sure does. I probably would have been like, where's the food?
Yes, especially in college.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, as what Dasan said, go to like most events that's happening in school. Like even if like an afternoon we're like, oh, there's nothing to do, there's always something to do here. Like you just go on like your social media and like see, just type in FAU, and there's always a little pop-up shop coming on. There's always something in the breezeway. There's always a little like painting craft, like a cooking class going on. And like I went to a few of them, and like I became friends with so many people, and I met so many people like not even that even live here, but also like come from like international. I met someone from Colombia, someone from Brazil, and yeah.
Nice.
There's a cooking class?
Yeah, there was a cooking class.
Where was the cooking class?
I didn't know
I think
this.
it was like last week. It was like a poke bowl.
A poke bowl?
I did not know
Yeah.
about that cooking class.
And then like last semester, like fall, there was a sushi class going on.
No way.
sounds fun.
I couldn't go to that class.
I think that shows that like another part of like how you need to look for things on campus, because there is always something to do on campus.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
you really should you just got to look for it, and then you'll find something.
Yeah, you'll find how to make a poke bowl and how to make sushi. And
Even like bring a friend with you.
Make sure to include people whenever trying to make friends. Like my roommate was a really quiet guy, so when we first came, like he didn't speak at all. But as soon as I introduced him, like I was like, hey, you should come to this event that I met some of my other friends that I hang out with now. Like you should come, and then we get to know people. And then he just came along with me, and since I'm his roommate, like I just introduced him to their friends, and now that's how he's met his friends.
wow, that was really cool of you.
Yeah, I tried my best.
Bouncing off of this a little bit, so how important then was getting involved on campus for you guys? And like, what advice do you have for students coming in who might be nervous to put themselves out there?
My advice is that everybody is a little bit nervous. Like it's college and nobody knows anybody. So just go out there and do it. Like go out there into those events and don't be scared. Just talk to people, and then they'll talk to you. Like the worst they can say is no. Like, and there's plenty of other students on campus that you can talk to that will give you like their time and all that.
I would say the same thing, because applying for this position as an OL, I was honestly like what are they gonna say? No. So I was like, just let me apply, and then we'll see how it goes. And I made it through like the 3 rounds of interview, and it was actually really fun. I met a few people from my teammate that became an OL now, and I'm still friends with them. And I feel like all you can be scared of is a no, but you can always try again. That's one thing, keep in mind. Try again. Never doubt yourself.
I like that. Nice. So Florida Atlantic has some amazing traditions and events. Was there one you didn't know about at first, but later became a favorite?
I would say going to like the football games and like seeing all the tradition and like the chant going around, and was like so confused, and so it was like so loud. But then honestly, as like went through each game, it was pretty fun, and I memorized them, and like I like bring my friend, and like we're all loud cheering for our team, and yeah.
I think it was like the what was that thing? Like, did you like always do like the hand thing or whatever?
Yes, like the
I
wave.
think that
The
was like
wave.
the wave was definitely my favorite tradition as well. And like I like how like I believe in like that good luck stuff, and like all the like you touched Owsley's beak outside the gym, and I'm around there a lot. I go to the gym a lot, so like every single time I touch that beak just for good luck. And I don't walk on the symbol that's right outside like the dining hall as well. Like I believe in all that, and those are definitely one of my favorite traditions in FAU that I didn't know.
Especially during finals.
Oh,
and
yeah.
midterm. Touch that beak.
Does it help? Does that beak?
Yeah.
Does it help when you touch that beak?
Oh,
It does.
I'd like to think so.
Balancing social life and academics is definitely tricky. How did you find that balance for you?
Honestly, it's one of those things where you just gotta trudge through, and eventually you'll find it. Like you'll find like a good like middle. Because for me, like my first semester, I know I spent a lot of time out, probably having more fun than I should be, and instead, when I should be doing work is what I should be saying. Like you just eventually get through it, and after that first semester, I feel like you find your rhythm with it, especially after like the first break that we had. Like I felt like I know what to do now. Like I'm definitely locked in. I got it. And starting this semester, I definitely know, like I have like my schedule that I need to follow, and I know that I need to lock in at times, and then I can have fun at other times.
Yeah, same with scheduling. I'm a big fan of scheduling. I have my planner color coded. Certain time,
Period.
I'm here at the library. I'm here over there at this side of the campus, doing anything at all. I always keep in mind, okay, I have an exam. I have that notification on my phone a week prior, and I study for that exam. And yeah, I guess you would say planner is a big thing for me.
All right, let's get real. What is one thing about adulting that came as like a surprise or maybe an adjustment? Laundry, cooking, budgeting.
The newest thing that would probably be for me would probably be the budgeting, but that's just because I didn't do much of it. Like all those other things, like I always did my own laundry. I always did my own cooking. And like, I kind of wanted to get away from my parents. So like, I was kind of like almost already prepared for all of that. But I guess the hardest part would be the money, just because like you're in college now and you can spend your money on whatever you want without your parents saying anything. So that's one big adjustment, but it wasn't that big of an adjustment actually. It was just, that was the only thing for me.
I would say the same thing because I am a commuter, so I just drive home, come here, go back. Budgeting is a big thing. I love to spend my money, like big time. Like at the end of the month, I'm going to my statement. I'm like, when did this happen?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, what's the fraud? But then I
Not
remember,
the fraud.
no, I bought it. I spent my money on that. But like, I've learned to like keep the money saved that I have throughout like the days or like the week. And I'm like, lock that money in my saving account. Like, I don't even touch that. Whatever's in my checking account, that's what I'm spending. That's it.
Yeah.
If I go under that, stop for a week.
If you could go back and give your freshman year self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say that no one knows what they're doing in life right now. Honestly, you will struggle. My freshman year, I'm sorry, I started over the summer. My summer year, I struggled a lot with just 2 classes, mind you. And it was like, okay, I need to like actually leave at my home, come over here at 1 in the afternoon, go do class, and go back, and like just balancing that life after high school, it was a big challenge for me. But like as like you develop your time and like you get used to it, like okay, I know this time I have to be here, at that time I have to be there, and everything.
I think for me, one thing would have told my freshman self would be to go and join a club or something, because I didn't, out of all the things that I did, I never joined a club. And I feel like I missed out a little bit, especially because like when you're like in your first semester, like a lot of people are in first semester. And now like when I look at like club stuff, like everybody's like kind of used to it. Like they have their own established, like it's more established now. Like when at the beginning it was more like a little bit like loose and not as structured as it was. But yeah, just joining a club, that's what it been for me.
Okay. College is all about learning, and sometimes that means making mistakes. What was the biggest mistake you made, and what did you learn from that experience?
I would say the biggest mistake that I made was not asking for help.
Mm.
Like in class, my math class, I was struggling. But then I went to the tutoring. Went to office hours for my professor and I talked. We sat down and went through the problems. And I feel like that actually helped me a lot because I went from a low grade to like a really high grade, which is good because I'm bad at math, but I'm still trying, still trying. So take advantage of asking for help. Like, yeah.
I think for me it was it was for my engineering final. So like I submitted it while I was off campus and there's like some technological issue or something, so it didn't get submitted. So like I didn't realize about this until like 9 days after, but I was able to solve it because I asked for help from my teacher. I sent her like a 300-word like paragraph on how like I don't know how this could have happened, and like I submitted it off campus, so like it wasn't really like reliable internet connection. So eventually she got back to me by saying like 2 words, which is like I understand, and then she instantly just she redid my exam grades, and now I didn't have like, I wasn't failing the class, I had like an A now, and all because like I was panicking and I was like, okay, I like no matter what, I need to ask the teacher for help because like this, I can't do that. Like you just need to ask for help. Yeah. Like Nancy said. And because I did that, I didn't fail my engineering class.
Good for
Not
you.
that I was doing good. Not that I was doing bad before. Like I was doing pretty good. It's just that the exam was a lot. So
Yeah. Nice.
And looking back, what's one thing you wish you had done differently in your first year?
As to what Dasan said, join clubs, like go out more. And because like the beginning of fall semester, I was just like homeschool back. Afterwards, like me and my friends, I was like, okay, let's actually like once a week we go and join something. Like even if it's like during class, we would be like, okay, send a little text reminder, okay, this is happening, we're gonna go at this time, and like have fun, like take advantage of what the school has to offer, because you never know, you could meet a professor outside of class and you can actually have that connection with that professor. You can have a connection with another friend, or like just anyone in general. Just say hi, be nice, and yeah.
I think for me it would be like changing like my studying schedule, because I was a lot like less structured during my my first semester. So I feel like I should have added more structure to that, like having like these times like is just meant for studying, and all these other times like afterwards are just for like having fun and stuff like that. And also I wish that I set up my classes better as well, like my schedule, because I had like class almost every day, and it's kind of like a drag doing that. So that was one thing I wish I'd changed as well.
Okay, well, let's wrap up with some final advice and some fun questions. What's your best hack or pro tip for making the most of freshman year?
I would say, as I said before, have fun. Like, college is meant to be fun. College is not meant to drag you down and to go through a rough time. Yeah, you'll struggle. Like, there's days where, like, you'll be bad. But, like, there's also days where, like, you have to put the effort to make it through and, like, have fun, show at least 50% of yourself throughout the whole day, even though, like, you're not feeling it. But, like, showing that effort that you're trying, at the end of the day, it makes you feel good that you actually really tried.
So I think I said this earlier, but the worst they can say is no. Like that's one piece of advice that like I have to give to all of you. The worst they can say is no, and that can apply to so many things. Like it can apply to talking to your professors, joining a club, making friends, like tutoring and stuff like that, and like just all those other things like relationships and stuff like that, and like jobs, especially like Nancy said earlier, like I was a freshman and I was just like, I should try and apply to be an orientation leader. And I didn't think I was going to get it because I was in my first semester. Like they wouldn't be taking first semester freshmen, but here I am now as an orientation leader. So like, yeah, like I didn't just go out there and the worst they can say is no. Just follow that advice because you never know what opportunities you're missing out on.
True. What's one Florida Atlantic resource you think every freshman should take advantage of?
The tutoring. Take advantage of that. Like, even though if you're not struggling, maybe you could go to like the science center, like the writing center, like the math, and see if they have another method of like showing you how to complete your task. Like that can actually help, and like you don't always have to follow what the professor teaches. There's always another way that you could find the answer. So take advantage of the tutoring session.
In contrast to that, I think you should also go to, if you don't want to do all that signing up for an appointment or something like that, there's always teacher office hours, which I did a lot of for my first semester writing class. So I went to talk to her a lot. And getting like that one-on-one, like you're not really like with tutoring, you can at times be with like groups and stuff like that. And that can be like a little bit different. But if you just want like a one-on-one thing where you can talk to the teacher or talk to someone that will give you, will give you good advice and they want you to succeed, go to teacher office hours because they like being in like a class, like you can ask questions and stuff like that if your class is small enough. But like getting that one-on-one to ask questions is definitely better, and it solves a lot more problems. Yeah.
Nice. Describe your freshman year so far in 3 words.
Overwhelming. Understandable, and adventurous.
For me, I would say it was fun. it was good. I got good, decent grades, and I had a lot of fun. So
That's good. Florida Atlantic has so many great spots, both on and around campus. So what is a must-visit place on or around campus that you think freshmen should check out?
I would say obviously the beach. I love the beach.
That's one of the best parts about Florida Atlantic.
Yes.
Like we're just so close to the beach, so that's definitely one. Another thing that I think they should also do that like not a lot of people talk about is the many trails that we have on campus. Like we have like little walking trails that you can walk through, and you see a lot of like nature and stuff. Just it's very nice to walk out, especially at like during like the middle of the day. Like hear the birds chirping, crickets,
The birds chirping.
the birds chirping, and the crickets cricketing or whatever they do.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely one thing that I would suggest to everybody.
All right, thank you. Final words of wisdom. What's the biggest takeaway from your experience, your freshman experience, that you want new students to learn?
I would say try again whenever you hit the door, whenever you get slammed by the door. Meaning, when you get the word no, don't turn around, go hide. No, actually, like, find another way to hit that curveball and make it happen. Like, if you, obviously, everyone in college wants to have a career. So you need to find that passion, you need to find that way to hit that goal. And at the end of your 4 years, you have to hit that goal in order to succeed. And that's like my mentality.
So for me, I would say start the habit of being a go-getter, because like in college, like things aren't just going to be given to you. You need to like want it. So just get into the habit of like going out to these events and getting as many opportunities as you can, like signing up for on-campus like positions of like leadership or like jobs or something like that, because through that you'll make connections, and then through that you will become successful. So just be a go-getter is what I would say.
Nice. I love these answers. That was such a great conversation. A huge thank you to Dasan and Nancy for sharing their insights today.
Yes, and for all of our listeners, if you're starting your Florida Atlantic journey, just know that you are not alone. Take advantage of all of what we offer on campus and what's available to you, and just put yourself out there. And most importantly, enjoy the experience.
If you found this episode helpful, make sure to share it with a friend. Subscribe and stay tuned for more insider tips at Florida Atlantic.
And as always, thanks for tuning into Hoot and Holler. Until next time,
Go Owls.